Gentlemen, boys and girls, barbecue heads of all ages. It is Sunday night. It is 8 o'clock on the Eastern time zone. Guys, it is time for the Barbecue Chat Show. I am your host, Cowboy Kev, soon to be joined with our boy, Mikey K from Man Meat Barbecue. Masshole, what's going on, bud? Maybe not. Maybe we're gonna go on with the Fire and Smoke page. Oh, look at this, getting fancy. Fire and Smoke page is coming on. Let's get Mikey in. Oh, nope. Now Mikey's back with the barbecue chat page, with the page. So we're going to get Mikey in here and we're going to get going.
No, my friend, it just jumped. When it like goes live.
Yeah.
Like it shows you it. I
clicked, you clicked that one and it was showing you it for the Fire and Smoke page, not for Man Meat Barbecue.
Well, because since I follow this account on 3 different Instagrams,
it comes up 3 different ways.
Exactly. So, yeah.
Yes, like old times, guys. We are back. We know it's been a while. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for sticking with us. For those that don't know, a couple weeks ago, Mikey was down in Florida for the North Florida Fall Egg Fest.
Yep.
And last week, my ass was fucking hammered with COVID, so I was not here. Mikey was for a bit. Masshole, thank you, buddy. Mikey held down the fort while I was gone.
You didn't do a good job, but I was here.
Nice shirt, by the way.
The Buddha
shirt
coming out.
What, this spring?
Yeah, sometime this spring. I was trying to think of the date. He was. I want to say it was April.
Okay,
but I don't remember.
Okay, yeah, I saw him post quick about it because he showed what the cover picture is going to look like.
Yeah.
So
that's the only thing I can think of is I remember seeing the cover and then I don't remember seeing the date.
Yeah,
I want to say it was April.
Okay.
Sometime.
So how you been, buddy? It's been a while. You're alive.
I'm alive.
He's not completely snowed in.
We have no snow.
No shit.
We haven't gotten any snow. It was like probably like in the 50s yesterday.
Nice.
So 50s yesterday. Today it rained like all day.
Yeah, it's been raining here most of the day.
I woke up with like a really bad pressure headache. And to be honest, I really haven't done anything. I haven't done much today.
Well, we know you had a chill weekend because you did cook some nice looking beef ribs yesterday.
I did cook some beef ribs yesterday.
Which means you didn't have any pop-ups?
No, over the years, I mean, we've been doing this for fucking 5 years now. And
has it been that long? Fuck.
Yeah, it has. And every year we say, fuck, next year we're not going to do pop-ups because they're so shitty.
Yeah.
And every year we're like, no, we'll try this. Or we'll try something different. And every year it's fucking shit.
Shitty.
This year might have been better. I don't know. Mainly just because of the weather wasn't as bad. Usually the weather kind of shittier.
Yeah.
But I just feel like so many people are doing so much shit. They're running around. They're Christmas shopping. They're doing this. Yep. They're doing that. So then, like, if they do run into a brewery, they're like, "Oh, I'll have a beer, and then we got to go back out and do whatever."
Yeah. Yeah, they're not looking to sit down and have a meal.
Or they're like, fuck, dude, we just spent so much money Christmas shopping.
Shopping.
I just want to buy something cheap.
You needed to do a deal at a brewery that had good TVs and do for your favorite thing that's been going on.
No brewery has good TVs though. That's the thing. No brewery has a lot of TVs for the World Cup. Every brewery has like 1 or 2 TVs. So it's not really like sports bar-y, and I get it. They don't want that crowd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you got to think about it. When you're going to a game, most guys want to go get $10 buckets.
Yeah. Oh no, I get it.
Of cheap shit, and they want to drink a lot. They want to be loud. They want to have a good time, and there's nothing wrong with that. But that's not a brewery scene.
Yeah.
That's just not what they're what they go after.
Yeah.
So
I get it, but I don't know. To me, when it's something like the World Cup, and I am not, for those that don't know, Mikey here is a soccer fan, big time, or as he likes to call it, the foosball. And like to the point where he gets up at like crazy times to go and watch the game.
We've gotten up at some crazy times.
Again, that's the one thing to me is if you found the right brewery that wanted to do it and you advertised it as that for those kind of people.
Yeah.
Because it's what's it every how many years? Yeah. So
normally it's in the summer. That's the thing. Normally it's in July. The only reason that it's happening right now is because it's happening in Kuwait. It's 1,000,000 degrees there. So they were like, oh, well, if we do it during the summer, these guys are going to die. You know what I mean? They're going to die from heat exhaustion.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, they were saying I think they're saying yesterday at one of the games, they're like, it's 95 degrees here. Dude, that's hot.
Yes.
To run.
Yeah.
For 90 minutes.
Yeah.
So they're doing the games like super late. Like the last game, it starts at 1 here, but they're 9 hours ahead of us.
Yeah.
So game's fucking starting at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. I mean, that's late.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi, buddy.
All right. Hi. You going to bed?
I'm still
You're still downstairs. Okay, thank you. I love you too.
Bye, Kev. Good night.
Bye. Good night.
So yeah, games are going well, per se.
But do you know what I mean? Like because because it's not every year, it's not a big thing.
No, you
to
just
me,
might be able to pull it out.
Is if a brewery did it right, you could be, hey, when it's time for this, we're the place to go.
Yeah. And there are a lot of bars that do that, and there's a lot of there are a lot of good places for it.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure any place that's like a pub, that's a real pub, like an English pub or an Irish pub, I'm sure they're pulling it out and doing it. Because I know I can go to the Irish home here and they'll be open for every game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yep.
I'm just thinking for you, it might be neat to do it, to be the food for it.
The only thing is, like I said, the games start at 1 o'clock. Like the last game starts at 1.
Yeah, that's this year though.
That's this year. Yeah. I'm just saying
that's this year. So I mean, it changes depending on where it is. What's going on, Scott?
What up, brother?
You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know. Just thinking, especially since it's something you're into.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, but like I said, it's like the same thing with like. For a couple of years, we tried doing pop-ups on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And we're like, dude, we'll serve food. It'll be awesome. No. I think maybe if we did it more as a ticketed event,
I was just saying, if you did
we
it,
could maybe
if
do
you
that.
hooked up with a brewery,
Yeah, and did something
South
ticketed.
Bricks, what's going on? If you did it, yeah,
What's
as
up,
a
brother?
brewery, as a ticketed event, like this is your New Year's Eve party,
Yeah.
then
No,
it would
yeah.
work.
Yeah, no, I
Because
totally agree with you.
I'll come from my perspective. That's my fucking birthday. And having a birthday on New Year's Eve is a shit show because everybody's everywhere for a billion different parties. And trying to organize anything, if you didn't start months ahead,
No, it's garbage.
it,
I
it,
know, like
it really
I said,
sucks.
we tried doing it. We tried doing it one year, and honestly, we just didn't have. We had really like the first year we did it, we had like really shitty turnout, and I fucking like we worked. We stayed open till like 1. I don't want to serve anything till 1 a.m. I'm sorry, I just don't. I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But like we didn't do well. The next year we tried it at a different brewery. Didn't do well. Tried figuring out some other stuff. We never tried a ticketed thing. I think that would be the only way to do it.
That way, then it's gonna hold your costs because you're gonna know.
Most breweries don't even want to deal with it on that day.
Oh, I don't blame them.
Just because they're like, dude, it's just fuck it. No.
Yeah.
And I get it.
Oh, I get it.
I get it. You know what I mean?
And I don't blame them.
And the hard thing is, like, a lot of breweries close at 10. They don't stay open until midnight. So you run the problem of you're not going to get the people that want to go out and party because you're at a brewery.
Yeah.
So you'll get the older people, which is fine because they have money. But it's still just a lot of people, like the people that don't go out and party will go out to dinner, right?
Yeah.
So you run the risk of, hey, we went out to dinner.
Yeah. Now we're just stopping to grab a beer.
Drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're better off.
You get a lot of.
I almost want to say you're either better off doing a ticketed event or doing like a special platter and cater and do catering and just do special, make like a.
Doing that too.
Yeah.
That, I don't know if we just didn't, we were still young, so, young as a company. So maybe we just didn't have the.
You're still a baby.
Well, you know what I mean? Like, we were young as a company, so we didn't have the reach of, like, people being like, oh, shit, I want to use them.
Yeah.
But, like, I feel like it's always, like, New Year's Eve is one of those, like, hors d'oeuvres and snack foods.
Oh, no, 100%.
You know what I mean? Or it's like, oh, what are you coming? You're bringing dip? Awesome. You're bringing your fancy quesadilla or fancy queso dip or whatever.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's great. Or you're bringing.
Well, it's like catering a Super Bowl party.
Yeah.
It's all finger food. It's all snacky stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Which
sucks. And I hate to be the dick, but I don't want to fucking make a bunch of that shit.
Yeah.
Like, there's not enough profit margin in it.
Yeah.
For the amount of fucking legwork that's going to go into it.
Yeah. Which makes sense. Especially when you look at prices for, like, let's say a mainstay, wings. Yeah. That would be something that I would be wanting to get. That's not. Hate that side of the river.
Okay.
I'm missing it, Mikey.
I'm just going to say, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You'll get a kick out of. I know we were talking about it. I had the ball hitch that's stuck in the bed of my truck.
Yeah.
My neighbor Mikey's a forklift mechanic, and I was like, "Hey, I'm like, got any other ideas?" I'm like, because we've tried like a bunch of shit, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, I can get it out." So we worked on it yesterday for like an hour. The Connecticut River I never cross. Okay, I don't know where you live.
He's on the other side of Connecticut of the river from where I am.
Oh, okay. Well, so like we end up like the little like knob that you're supposed to turn, right? Where can I find huge wings? Right now you can't.
Yeah, I was going to say nowhere.
Nowhere, dude.
There's none. There's none to be had.
They're non-existent.
Turkey ones. Turkey wings.
Fucking turkey wings, yeah. But otherwise, dude, big wings they don't fucking exist anywhere. And if you find them, keep that place a secret because they're gonna be fucking gone by the time you go there next time.
Yep.
So we're working on this thing, trying to get it out, and we're like, fuck. He's like, so the little knob thing we break, naturally. So
yeah.
he's like, you don't need this ball head, do you? I'm like, no. He's like, you got a Sawzall? Yeah. He's like, let's cut the fucker off. So we go and we're cutting. He's like, and it's naturally taking quite a bit with the Sawzall.
Oh, I'm sure.
And he's like, hold on. He's like, I got a grinder. So
I'd say a grinder would have been better.
So we're fucking grinding this fucking thing off. So we grind it off, right? Stem's just protruding. And we're like, okay, hold on, because we can't get a hold of this, like, the ball hitch is, obviously it's round, right? So, like, we can't hold it because it keeps spinning on us for a gooseneck. So I'm like, okay, let's grind the sides so we can hold it with a pipe wrench.
Yeah.
So we're grinding the sides, we're holding it with a pipe wrench. We're spraying fucking, like, whatever that shit, like, not liquid wrench, but whatever that other stuff is, like, actually better shit.
PB Blaster or W.
Yeah, we were using PB Blaster. So, dude, this thing's fucking just leaking out of it. Like, we have so much PB Blaster, and, like, it has to be going. The balls are so fucking rusted in this fucker.
Just remember, can't be stuck if it's a liquid.
That's kind of what we were thinking. The only problem is it's really close to the gas tank. And we're deciding that maybe blasting it with a torch may not be the safest thing in the world.
Yeah. Gotta be a little careful with that one.
Mainly
at that point, you might be better off taking the holder out.
Yeah.
And moving it away and doing it.
And then, because there's, 40 gallons of diesel.
Now, diesel's hard to ignite, so that's the only good thing.
Yeah, but I'm going to maybe just now. Let's get while I'm sitting on top.
No joke. I don't know if you know, but you can basically take a lit match and drop it into diesel.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Fuck out.
Oh, yeah. Because, diesel is way harder to ignite.
Yeah.
But so, like, we're grind it off, just have the little stem up. This fucker is so fucking rusted shut. We're like pushing. I'm like, I think it's going, and then we just go, snapped. Well, fuck it. So I think what I'm just gonna do is take the plate out from the bottom.
Yeah.
Drop it. Get rid of it.
Yeah.
It's just
at this point.
Yesterday I was like, he's like, you want to take the plate out? I'm like, I will. I'm like, well, we have family coming over. fuck it. Like, I'll do it another day.
Do it another day.
I can get under there with a wrench and whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not a big deal. And I was making beef ribs, so I was busy.
Did they taste as good as they looked?
Dude, they were so fucking good. They were.
Now, did you
beef
just
ribs.
do 6 corners?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just I did a basic classic.
Yeah.
And then I did 6 corners on top of it.
Okay.
I got pee. Keep talking.
What you found? What's going on?
So what we were at Costco the other day, and I was looking in the meat department or whatever, and they had single racks of beef ribs.
That's crazy. I can only ever find them as 2-packs.
Exactly, but they were single. But they were in the cryovac, so they had to have been sent to them like that on accident.
Yeah.
Or
somebody ordered something and
it got thrown in the case.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck yeah, because I'm like, I don't need for
6 bones.
Yeah. For the most part, it's me and Amanda. So it's like, what the fuck are you gonna do with 6 bones of beef ribs?
Yeah.
It's a lot of fucking beef ribs.
That's why usually I do the neck bone ones, so the ones that look more like spare ribs.
Yeah.
Just because I can buy them, because those are, we'll say, you buy a whole little rack of them, and that's
not that much.
Exactly.
But since they were, it was a 3-rack, I was like, fuck, dude, it's 3 bones.
Fuck yeah.
Or, you know what I'll get? I'll every once in a while, I'll just buy the already cut.
Yeah.
Spare or
short ribs,
and I'll smoke those.
Yeah. They're backed up and trying to fill orders. Oh, I'm sure they are.
Oh no, I'm sure they definitely are. It's just not something I normally see in cases. Usually they still put them in
6 bone cryo.
Yeah, because they'll break them apart and they'll cut them down.
Yeah.
For smaller beef rib sections.
For true short rib.
For true short ribs, yeah.
Yeah.
But I was like, fuck yeah. And they were only $5.99 a pound.
Wow.
Yeah. At
that point, I would have bought an extra pack and wanted the 6 just to throw them in the freezer.
I you know what? I like literally when we walked out, I'm like, I should have bought 2.
Yeah.
And Amanda's like, yeah, you probably should have. I was like, damn. But I didn't think, you know what I mean? Like when you're there and you're just like not really looking, but looking.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that could be too, that they're trying to like, because I mean, when you get the two
chunks, yeah.
I mean, you're looking at like $75 to $80 sometimes.
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes more depending on the weight. A lot of that is bone.
Yep.
So it is. Some people will look at it and be like, "Fuck, that's a lot." Some people also don't understand that it's 2 separate pieces when it's inside that giant cryovac. You know what I mean? They think it's one giant piece, which it's not.
Yeah.
But people are
that, and so many people. That's one of those more intimidating cuts of meat to cook. It's not intimidating once you understand it, but when you sit there and look at it, it looks more intimidating.
Well, me and Pharmacy were talking about it this morning, I think. We were texting about it. It might have been this morning, and he's like, "Hey, I have one that I want to cook." And
thanks, bud. You too.
Buddy. Hope you had a great one. And he was talking about it. He's like, how long did those take you to cook? Because he's never done beef ribs before. I don't think he has. If you have barbecue, sorry. But he's a good dude. He cooks a whole bunch of different shit. And he's like, I don't think he's ever done beef ribs before. Because he's like, how long did it take you to cook? And I'm like, I only did them for like...
What, 6 hours?
No, dude. They got done in 4.
Nice.
Those bones really help speed up that. I was also cooking at 275.
Yeah.
So like a little hotter than most people cook them
Most
at.
people do. Yep.
But man, those bones will.
Oh no, they radiate the heat.
Yeah, those bones will speed shit up like crazy.
Yep. Oh, absolutely.
You know, and push that.
Yep.
Heat,
well, you're getting direct. You know, they're a heat sink. They suck in the heat and they radiate it direct contact
into the. Yeah.
Right up through.
It's not like a brisket where it's just waving itself. It that heat sink's holding for you, which is nice. But man, it was interesting at how they cooked a little faster than I thought they were going to cook. To be honest,
I usually find 5 to 6 hours.
So do I, and that's why I was like, I tempt them because I was like, oh, maybe I'll wrap them at 4 hours.
Yeah.
And I tempt them, and I was like, holy shit. We're at 201. And
no, I do not.
Neither do I. And I'm like, and they feel fucking
good.
Awesome.
Nice.
And the bark was nice. Everything looked good. I was like, fuck it.
Go, hey, run it.
Pull them, wrap them.
Nice.
Let them rest.
So what'd you think? Of my fucking pterodactyl turkey on fucking Thursday?
You didn't cook a turkey. You cooked a pterodactyl.
Fucking thing was 29 pounds, and I cooked.
It's not a turkey, dude. It's a fucking dinosaur. It's an ostrich. Yeah,
dude, the fucking thing. I will tell you though, it was the best turkey I've ever cooked. Yeah, I brine them. I go back and forth. I get told to brine them because I like to dry brine better. I like to get a better skin, but I get argued with, so it's just easier.
So now you brined them in your bathtub because you didn't have anything smaller to put them in.
Pretty much. I used my big coolers, and I had to put one in each cooler because things were so goddamn big. Dude.
Well, I don't think they would have fit.
No, they wouldn't have fit in my regular 5. I usually use one of the like 5-gallon Cambros.
Yeah, no way.
And I was like, "There's no way in hell."
Or you know what? Even if it would have fit in that, you would have had so little liquid around it.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't have touched the outside of it because the outside would have been pushed up against it.
Mm-hmm.
So
no, but that's the thing because we were talking about that. I'm like, when you sent me that picture of it in the, I
got it from my friend's farm.
Back in time, found a fucking ostrich and killed it. Found a pterodactyl. He was like.
Hey, I could have gotten a bigger one. One of the ones he had was 33 pounds.
Are they supposed to get that big?
I don't know. This fucking thing was fucking gigantic.
Like, Jesus. Like when I saw that and you're like, okay. Like I had a 22 pounder on that egg that one year that I took a picture of. And that first of all, that was a double XL egg, which makes that bird look tiny.
If I couldn't have on my XL. If I had spatchcocked it, it wouldn't have fit.
No.
And I don't think it would have fit if I had left it whole. It would have touched on the top, on the dome. Yeah. The legs, you know what I mean? The legs probably would have hit on the dome. I would have had to have like trussed the thing into like a ball. I would have had to have spatchcocked it, and then instead of laying it flat, I would have actually had to have like wrapped it up to make it like smaller. Yeah. That would have been like the only way I could have fit that.
Man, the thing was,
and I did 2 of them.
Fucking gigantic. They were
but gigantic. I will tell you, the best turkey I've fucking cooked. Fucking like exploding juice out of it. Cut, you know, one of those like when you see like in movies, like and they like put the knife to it and like juice is like that's what it did.
So it was like ridiculous. So it was like,
yeah.
It's okay, it's just a little dry.
I'll put some up on the barbecue chat page, but there's a video. I've got a reel on the Wiley page of
up on the barbecue chat page too.
Yeah.
But dude, that thing was crazy. That thing was beautiful.
Yeah.
You got really nice color on it. It looked really, really pretty. Obviously, like you said, it came out really nicely. Nicely. You guys should all use Windy City on your birds. It's the only way to do it. I only did 3 turkeys this year.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really advertise them either. One of which, or 2 of which were for a client of ours that, like I think I told you, they do an office party and they just don't want to make anybody cook the turkey.
Yeah, which I get.
They're like that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And I get it. So they just hire us to cook out the turkeys for them, and we deliver them, and they're
then they all potluck all the sides.
And they also have us carve it. They're like, you guys are the only people that said that they carve it for us. Makes no fucking difference to me.
Yeah, it's 5 more minutes. Once you understand how to carve a turkey, they're so simple to carve, especially once you've spatchcocked it.
I didn't spatchcock them.
No.
Left them whole.
Breast.
Yeah. And what I do for them is I slice the breasts. And then I put chicken broth on the bottom, so everything stays nice and moist and whatever, you know what I mean? But everything's sliced up really nicely. Take the drumsticks out, put them in nicely. You know what I mean? Like, kind of
make it look good. Plate it a little.
Give it a little bit of a little bit of plating, right?
Yeah.
So we do that, and they're always like, yeah. And then they're like, can you do 1 chicken for us? Because not everyone likes turkey. I'm like, they taste exact same.
Yeah, they're going to taste the same when I'm done.
Taste the fucking exact same. They're basically the same meat.
Yeah.
Like,
it's just one's bigger than the other. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Kev gets ostriches for Thanksgiving. That's what I'm going to say they were. They were ostriches.
Dude, and the worst part is when somebody says, you know, when I was told, oh yeah, it's going to be a 29-pound turkey. When you hear it, you're like, yeah, okay. And then when you see it, you're like, oh fuck, that's way. Hearing 29 pounds versus seeing it is just
big boulder.
Yeah.
Heavy rock.
Yeah, I'm like, oh fuck. What did I get myself into?
You put it into that cooler and you sent me that picture. I was like, yeah, 2 of them would not have fit. Like, they would have fit in my
a 110 probably would have fit.
I have the 125.
Okay, yeah.
So it would have fit in that. But like that cooler's fucking. It's a big fucking cooler.
Yeah.
To say it nicely, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
fucking,
100%.
Giant fucking cooler that you can put a bunch of. I mean, shit, I've loaded like, I don't know, 15, 20 briskets in the goddamn thing. So it's like, yeah, that thing.
Yeah, it holds it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like I said, when I dropped the turkey in, when I sent you that picture, I was like, holy motherfucking shit.
The pictures don't do it justice, though, I don't think.
No, they don't. Especially the ones of it cooked, because I was like trying to like put it near things to give like some perspective. That's why I finally Yeah. That's why I finally sent you the picture of like the thigh on a plate with the knife next to the plate.
Yeah. Like that's the only way to like you're like, fuck, okay.
Yeah.
That thigh takes up
the entire plate. Like literally
plate.
I like dark meat. I like the thigh. So I'm like, okay, that's what I'm gonna have for myself. And I put it on the plate and I'm like, motherfucker, I need a whole other plate just for the rest of my food.
Yeah, you need like, well, this is the main plate. Here's the side plate. Just trying to fit my shit.
Even the breast. I mean, the breast was like that big around.
Yeah, I can only imagine how big those breasts were.
It was crazy. So
I mean,
the other thing that was crazy about it was how evenly it cooked.
Well, I think because it's so much bigger,
it just took that much. Yeah.
Well, the mass like evens you out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like white meat cooks so fast.
Well, and like I told you, the other thing I did was I cook them on the top rack because I spatchcocked them. I could do them on the rack, so I get really good heat, top and bottom.
Yeah.
With that cooker.
Yeah. Which is what you're looking for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's basically what you're looking for.
Yep.
Right? I mean,
absolutely.
Camera guy, what's up, brother?
What's up?
So, now that we talked post-Thanksgiving.
Well, we still need to talk about North Florida.
North Florida Egg Fest.
Because we have not gotten to talk about it. So, because that was the first week that we weren't here.
Well, yeah, I was in the middle of somewhere
driving,
Tennessee or Kentucky. I don't remember where it was.
Trying to get home from it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like we did well in the sense of like selling some product and doing that.
Yeah.
It was really cool to like talk to people, and they were like, "Oh yeah, no, we know
who you are."
Yeah. So like, you know, we picked up, like, you know, like they'd be like, "Oh, well, we picked up Windy City last time, and now we're coming back to pick up whatever else."
Yeah.
We were right next to Southbound Rob's team, which is cool. And then Southbound Rob was right next to Jealous Devil. And then W Sauce was right next to them.
That's cool.
And then Fogo was right next to them. And then Trace was right next. Trace with Thunderbird.
Yeah.
So it was a really good line of shit.
How's Trace?
He's good. Trace is good. Trace just went through one of his busiest seasons.
Nice.
Because he does the early bird brine.
Ah.
And he said that he goes through so many bottles of that. Just crazy amounts of bottles of early bird.
Okay.
Which, I mean,
hey.
Good.
Yeah.
Right?
No, and I mean, for a lot of people, it's way, if it's a good pre-mixed brine setup that you just got to fucking add water to,
basically,
it's pretty hard to beat it.
Yeah, and I mean, and from a business standpoint, it's fantastic because he tells you to use the whole bottle.
Yeah. So somebody like me would have needed 3 bottles.
Yeah. So that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, as a business aspect of it, we're talking business here.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
Yep. Yeah, because it's not, because we'll say if they like it, they have no choice but to be a repeat customer the following year.
Yeah. And if they're doing 2 turkeys, or if they're telling their friends, like, hey, you need to use this on your turkey.
Yeah.
You use the whole bottle, so it's not like, oh.
Not like you got some, hey, I used this last year. Here's what I got left. Use it on yours.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, fucking worked really well. Yeah, I mean, his stuff works really well. If you guys are looking for something, Thunderbird, that stuff's great. But yeah, we did, we were with them, we were hanging out with them. Basically what happened was, like, W Sauce was like, well, we're going to give out samples of steak. Well, they're like, we don't have any seasoning.
So what'd you give them, some shiitake?
They were like, well, we're just going to put W sauce just over it. But, like, we kind of want to season it with something. So I'm like, here, give him a bottle of shiitake. Oh, and Klein's was right next to us on the other side, right?
You had fucking Murder's Row there.
Yeah. So we got Klein's cooking steak with shiitake on it.
Yeah.
Southbound was using.
He likes the Estes on his, right?
No, because he did meatloafs. So he had classic inside the meatloafs, and then it was topped with shiitake.
Ooh. Okay.
Joe's Devil was cooking steaks with shiitake on it. W Sauce was using shiitake on it.
So if somebody wanted to try it, you're like, just try any one of these.
Pretty much, yeah. Because that was the only thing we didn't sample shiitake at all.
Yeah.
We didn't do any sampling of shiitake. And they were like, well, we really want to sample it. I'm like, well, they're using it, they're using it, they're using it, they're using it, and they're using it. I go, if that doesn't speak volumes.
Yeah. And if you'd like to try it, go try one and go grab one.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Like, we're sampling on corn. You can go sample on fucking steak right there and see what it does to it.
Yeah, exactly.
But we were selling bottles of shiitake. I mean, we were selling a bunch of stuff. Grill gloves were selling pretty well. We also brought our beer glasses down.
Oh, nice.
Because we're like, these are like, the beer glasses are so event based. So we're like, yeah, let's just bring it down and see what happens.
Yeah, why not?
Selling, I want to say we sold like 10 or 15 of them.
Nice. They're a cool glass. And
we also kind of played this part where people were hanging out. No, I don't have any beer. I'm like, buy a beer glass. I'll give you a Coors Light.
Buy a glass, get a free beer. Here you go.
I can't sell you the beer. I can sell you the glass, though.
Yep. Absolutely.
So we were like moving that shit. But I mean, I think I only did that to like 3 or 4 people. But like,
Yeah.
we sold a bunch of glasses. A bunch of guys were like, "Oh, these are gonna be great Christmas presents for people," and you
Yeah.
know,
Absolutely.
they like your rub. They're like, "Oh, they like your rub," so
Perfect.
comes out perfect. Oh, cool.
Yep.
Me and
Then you
Amanda
got
were
to get
talking
them to buy
about
a
them.
pair of gloves to go with it.
Yeah, well, me and Amanda were talking about it. Like, we're gonna reprint the beer glass eventually,
Yep.
but we're gonna do it in a different color.
Okay.
So once the reds are gone, they're gone. And just
Okay.
kind of,
Yep.
we'll see.
That's cool. Hey, I don't blame you. I mean, their glasses are actually, they're very nice glasses. The graphic is awesome.
We went with a really good company. We went with, I think it's called Grandstand, which they're the ones that do a lot of like anywhere you go to that has like custom glassware,
Yeah.
it's
That's where it
probably from
comes from.
Grandstand. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're a giant company that does like, that's what they do. And
Yeah.
like, we were originally going to make it full color.
No, I think it looks better being, because you get to see the beer.
Dude, the cost went through the fucking roof.
No, I think it's better, because full color would have been cool, but it would have been too much.
Yeah.
Like, I think it would have overpowered the whole glass.
Yeah. So it came out they came out really cool. They were a pain in the ass to make and pain in the ass to do, just because like supply issues and shit like that. But
I believe it.
Came out really nice, and I'm pretty happy with them. And I think the next one will be good too.
Yeah.
The only thing is they're fucking expensive.
Oh, I believe it.
Glasses are so expensive.
I believe it.
Like, the reason we're not shipping them is I'm just worried about shipping the fucking things.
Oh, yeah, you don't...
Without going and getting, like, custom boxes for them.
Yeah.
So they ship differently. Like...
Yeah.
I know how our hot sauces are, and we ship our hot sauces, and we've had good luck with them, but, like... We've had orders where it's like,
fuck, the bottle broke.
Yep. This bottle broke. I had one customer that literally ordered, like, I had to ship hot sauces to him 3 times.
What, his mailman just not like him?
I don't know.
Was he playing like fucking Jim Carrey and fucking Ace Ventura, like kicking the box down the fucking road?
I think what it was is he lived in an apartment, and like, at the first time they jammed it into like the little like
into the box. Yeah.
So he was like, whatever, and
yeah,
fucking broke. And then second time I don't know what happened.
That's fucking
and
crazy.
It's not even like he was lying, because he took pictures and like emailed.
It's not like he was trying to get free ones.
Yeah, he was like, dude, look at
by
this.
Saying shit was fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah, no. So we shipped them out. We shipped it out like 3 times. And the third time I was finally like, I'm sending it in like a bigger box with a ton more wrapping on it. Well, he's like, oh, that finally, they finally stopped trying to shove it into my little like, little like
mailbox. Yeah.
Yeah. They were like, they put it down like on his whatever, but I was like, man. Shit, I remember when I lived in the city, there used to be times when like Amazon used to do it all the time instead of like walking over and putting it, they just throw it over the fence and keep going. So, like, I mean, if that's anything remotely fragile,
yeah,
that's breaking.
yeah.
Fucking.
And where nowadays Amazon's, we're in your house. We already put it in your cabinet.
Kind of, yeah. What is it that, it's that new thing with Walmart where they're like, we'll put away your groceries. No, I'm good, dude.
Yeah.
No. Because you do know that means that, like, then we have to play, like, where did the fucking Walmart person put my shit for the next 4 days. Like, I'm good.
No, yeah, you're good. I'm good. That's fine. So, the Egg Fest went well.
Egg Fest went really well.
Who won the chili?
I don't know who won the chili. Klein's won the whole thing.
Okay.
I don't think they had the chili turnout that they wanted.
I
don't think the chili turnout came out as well. Well, here's the problem: is Hurricane Nicole.
Yeah.
Came in that week.
Yeah, I'm sure that fucked a lot of it.
They think that scared like a lot of people off.
Oh, I'm sure.
It was beautiful. It was a beautiful day. I think it was like 75, sunny, really nice day. It was a great day.
Yeah.
Stayed hydrated during it. Had the generator running for some of our stuff. Funny thing is, people were like, "Why do you guys have a generator?" We're like, "Because we're running a crock pot."
Yep. Well, hopefully, once we officially have the date for the spring one.
Yeah, the spring one should be good.
We'll start figuring that out. Maybe we'll actually have them get us an egg and do something.
I'm trying to figure that out if I'm going to do that or not. Yeah, but it was spring one.
Because I want to come back down to that one.
Yeah. Rob's supposed to be there for that one.
I'm sure Ron will probably be there again.
And that one gets more teams because that one's bigger. You know, the fall was just James was trying. That was
a new one this year, right?
And the problem is, Orlando had one fall on the same day.
Yeah, well, because that's where Ron was.
Yeah.
Booty was there.
Yeah,
there was a bunch of big green egg people. Like,
I guess the dude from Grill Grates.
Yeah,
has a house in the Bahamas because he owns Grill Grates and it's probably loaded. But I guess that dude has a house in the Bahamas because they were all talking about it, and I guess he wants to do an SCA in the Bahamas.
Oh, that's so. I actually just found out there's going to be an SCA in Connecticut this spring. So,
well, I guess he wants to do an SCA in the Bahamas. So one of the guys on Rob's team is like, dude, we can take my boat. So we can just fucking take the boat there. Fucking
Mike's like, I will be the honorary team member for the day.
Like, I'll provide all the rub.
Yeah.
But, like, it was so funny because they were like, well, I'm like, that's what you got to get the C4s for.
Yeah.
Done. Nice and small. Good to go.
Yep. John come out and slam through it.
I mean, those things are crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about them in the past, but they're just so, like, compact, crazy. But, like, at the same time, like, unless you're doing SCAs.
Yeah, there's no reason to own one. The only other reason to own one is, like, if you're big into camping and you're big into camping, like, I'll say by yourself.
I guess.
You could take it and jump, but at the same time, you would just start your campfire and cook on top of your fire before you take that out.
Yeah.
Like that thing's whole goal is SCA.
Yeah. It's a steak cooker.
Yeah.
Because it's the size of a fucking shoebox.
Yeah. No, because like I said, there's supposed to be an SCA in Enfield, Connecticut this spring. So I'm gonna try to do that one, and then obviously the New England Egg Fest.
What is that?
That one's in May. That's the one that's fucking Ron's gonna be there. Buddha's gonna be there. C-Mac.
Who's putting that
together? James at Chatfield True Value.
Okay. We'll talk off air on that.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll be there.
Okay. Like I said, I've been talking a lot with Jay, the actual Big Green Egg rep, about it. They're trying to
let vendors be there.
Yeah.
I know some egg fests don't let vendors come in, some do.
Yeah. Well, this will be the second year for it, and he's really trying to push it. We're actually talking about doing either a VIP event the night before.
You should just do like how James does it, where it's like cook teams, hang out.
Yeah. Well, and that's one of the things we're actually talking about is doing that, but doing like a round table, because so many of these guys, so Ron's a Big Green Egg team guy.
Yeah.
Obviously, Buddha is. C-Mac is. Big Paul on the grill is. And Jules will be with him too. They're all actual Green Egg team guys. So we've been actually talking about like maybe we do like a round table and like put it on Big Green Eggs and have all of us there answering questions, just talking about stuff.
Sure. Yeah, no, that's actually pretty cool too. And I think that gives a big chance for people to ask questions. I feel like, first of all, Big Green Egg Fests are very educational in general. People can ask questions, and everyone's going to be more than helpful to sit there and talk to you. But at the same time, like during an Egg Fest, I'm not saying you're limited, but you are slightly limited. You know what I mean? Where it's if you get a line and it's a crazy Egg Fest and you're trying to get out food.
Yeah. Well, one of the other things we've actually talked about is if a bunch of us do like demos and literally have like a demo schedule, like, hey.
Oh, I've been to a bunch of Egg Fests that do that, yeah.
This guy at 1 o'clock will say, I'm doing how to make wings. At 1:30, you can go over to here, and C-Mac's going to do caveman tri-tip.
When we did the Chicago Egg Fest, I taught a class during it. Like me and Big Chef Timmy did like a small mini class so that people could learn different things about the egg. We did like an egging 101, so we did everything from starting to cleaning to getting your egg ready for smoking. And I know that sounds like, for a lot of guys, they're like, well, I fucking know how to do that. Sure, but there's a lot of dudes and a lot of people that are intimidated by it or that don't know it. You know what I mean? And they're like, well, how do I do that?
How do I make it? How do I grill? How do I smoke? How do I roast? How do I do a pizza?
Yeah. You know what I mean? There's a lot of guys that are intimidated by that. So learning having that stuff that they can just kind of sit there and learn it without having to come up to someone and being like, okay, so now how do I do that? Because they're intimidated by even just coming up to them and saying like, okay, now
how'd you do it?
Yeah, how'd you do that? Now what are you doing?
Yep.
I was telling them the story like when we did a Big Green Egg Fest, and it's not a true Big Green Egg Fest, but Paul would do one at the store.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he would get 8 to 12 teams that were cooking it.
Yeah.
And we just called it the Polar Barbecue, right? That was a me. That was a me starting. So we just called it Polar Barbecue. And Chris Shim came down from Green Bay.
Yeah, Titletown.
Yeah, Titletown, and then somebody else came with him that also cooks on eggs.
Probably a football player knowing him.
No. I hate that I can't remember his name. Sorry, brother. Your name escaped me right now. It'll come to me though. He's a really good cook guy too. He's on Instagram. Great shit. So it was him and Chris on one team. I went up by myself to do it.
Yeah.
Because like we had events and all that other shit. So I'm like, I'm gonna go up there to try to sell rub and push the line. And Paul walks up to me and Chris. He's like, I'm not telling you who got first, who got second. He's like, but it was one of you two assholes, and we're disqualifying both of you guys. He's like, because you guys are both here pushing a product.
Yeah.
He's like, so we're gonna give it to, which is kind of bullshit because like most Big Green Egg Fest, even if somebody's pushing, most people are sponsored and getting pushed by products.
Yeah, pushing some kind of product.
But he was like, you know, we're disqualifying you guys, and I'm like, at that point, it's like I don't care.
Yeah.
I like literally, I had a kegerator set up at my station, and we were doing the build your own mac and cheese bar.
Yeah.
And like everyone's like, that's such a genius idea. I'm like, I did it for two reasons. A, I didn't have to serve anybody. I was by myself.
Yeah.
I didn't have to fucking run a line at all. I didn't have to serve anybody. Just put the shit out.
And then just keep making stuff sure stuff was hot.
Yeah. No, I bought steam tables. I had fucking steam tables and it was just all, you know, what are you getting? Yep. So steam tables keeping everything warm. I don't even fucking give a shit. But so like I had, you know, I did the build your own mac and cheese bar. And everyone was like, this is awesome. And they're like, how'd you think? They're like, why did you do that? And I'm like, for two reasons. A, I was alone. B, if your food wasn't good, it's mainly your fault.
Yeah. You made it.
You put it together. Now, I can understand if you were like, I don't like the cheese sauce. Okay, then that's different. But if you're like...
Or if you didn't like, okay, if you had pulled pork for a topping and you were like, I didn't like that pulled pork.
Sure. But if you were like, there was too much pulled pork, there was too much bacon, there was too much sauce on it. You fucking did it.
Yeah.
You made the meal. I just gave you the supplies. I gave you the lumber. You built the house.
Yeah. Not my fault that it collapsed.
Yeah, you can't go to Home Depot and be like, fucking roof collapsed. Well, you built it. Right? So like, and I was telling people at this Egg Fest about that, and they're like, that might be one of the smartest things I've ever heard of doing. Because then it gets the people really involved.
Yeah.
And it's like...
So, you know what would be another fun one to do? Build your own nachos.
You build your own nachos, too. That would work really well. Mm-hmm.
Keep that in mind.
Because you could do... I mean, chips are fucking easy. You don't have to do anything to them, right? And then... whatever.
Keep that in mind. Let's keep that in the back of our heads.
That's not a bad one. That's a pretty good one, too. Here's all your toppings. You fucking figure it out.
You want it pulled pork. You want it beef. You want it.
Yeah. here's tacos, or here's
Nacho cheese. Here's
hot sauce. Here's fucking couple
some
other
tomatoes. Here's some jalapenos. Here's
which is cheap. I mean, you know what I mean? Like that's the hard thing is like when you're starting to put these things together. I mean, fuck, dude, some of these can be expensive.
Oh fuck yeah! Well, especially like watching the guys that were doing like prime tomahawks and shit, and you're like, you can only feed. Yeah, I get it. You're giving them a little chunk, but you can still only feed 50 people. I'll call it off of one of those.
Yeah, Joe's Devil was doing tomahawks.
Yeah.
So so the guys from W Sauce go. They're like, we went to Gordon's Food Service. Gordon's Food Service normally doesn't have the best meat department. And they got select tenderloins. And the dude from W Sauce was like, shiitake made it taste good. He's like, it was a select tenderloin. He's like, so if it's good on that, he's like, fuck, it's gonna be. He's like, I can only imagine what's to a good steak.
Hey, you know, my favorite on like a prime rib is shiitake, and then just a fine layer of 6 corners just to give it a little more pepper and a little more crunch to it.
Yeah.
And
it comes
fuck
out
yeah.
nicely.
Oh yeah.
Real
Absolutely.
Nice.
But I think we got to keep that nacho one under our hats. Keep that one in mind.
It's not a bad one. I know some of the guys they'll do some crazy shit. Like,
dude, I give those guys those fucking pickles are fucking the Cuban pickles that he does.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
But they're fucking delicious.
Amanda said that they were a little less cooked this time. Or not cooked,
okay.
But a little less done. So they had more of a crunch.
Crunch? Ooh.
So, like, her mom was like, oh, I liked them better last time. But Amanda was like, no. She's like, the crunch was so much better this time.
Yeah. I can imagine that if a little bit less done, and so the flesh was a little crunchy, that'd probably be real good.
Yeah, so it had a little bit more of that, like, pickle.
Yeah, snap to it.
Yeah. And she was like, it was so fucking good.
Anybody else have anything cool? Like anything different?
Not really. Like, Trace was doing steelhead trout.
Which he did last time.
And he was doing his wings.
Yeah.
Rob was doing meatloafs.
That's a little different.
I mean,
I don't know if
sandwiches, which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
He's like, if you ever wonder how much a camper freezer can hold, he goes, it's 50 pounds of meatloaf. Trying to think. A lot of people were doing steak. A lot of people were doing steaks.
And let me guess, half of them were cavemaning it?
Somewhere.
I know a lot of people like to do it because it looks cool. Like you put the one egg out, you put the egg out front, and caveman in front of everybody.
Oh, and then Chris from Pinch a Penny was doing stuff too. I don't know if you remember Chris. He was doing stuff, and he smoked shoulders the night before with Wendy's. So it's basically like a row, like of 7 teams just using all our shit.
Just you running all yours. That's awesome.
Yeah, which was cool.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it's like, well, they're using this, they're using that. You know what I mean? Like,
well, like I think I think the spring one will be a lot of fun because
It'll be bigger.
It'll be bigger, and hopefully, with how big it was, all those guys like the Jealous Devil guys, like W Sauce, decide to come back again for that one.
Yeah. OBR was there, which is cool.
Yep. Those guys are awesome. OBR's great organization. If you don't know Operation Barbecue Relief, I highly suggest you look them up.
Yep.
Great cause to donate to, especially if you can go see how many people they fed down in Florida.
Yeah, dude. They're great.
They fed a shit ton of people.
Well, the cool thing is, too, is they're always showing their progression, like, hey, we've done this many meals. Hey, we've done this. We've done that. And it's constant, like...
Yep. They're fantastic. I will highly suggest to anybody.
So I was talking to one of the guys, and he was saying like that because they work with the government, obviously.
Yeah.
They were, like they're getting in there, they're taught like whatever, and they were working with one guy, and they were like, the guy's like, we're gonna need like 5,000 meals over a couple days. Can you guys do that? And they're like, yeah, we think we can handle it.
Yeah.
I think we can bust out 5,000 meals over a couple days. We should be fine.
Yeah. Do you want them all at one time, or is this spread out?
Yeah. Like, we'll be fine.
Yeah, well, have you ever seen a trailer?
Oh, dude, the massive trailers.
Yeah, the one with like 6 or 7 fucking old hickories on it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a fucking semi that's just hauling old hickories. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, do you know how much goddamn food that trailer could cook?
Just how much one old hickory, one of those big ones, can cook. The thousands of pounds that one of them can cook.
Yeah. And then you got, I think it's 7 on there.
Yeah. I think it's 7 if I remember correctly.
Yeah. So then you're like, there you go, that's 7,000 pounds of food.
Yeah.
Jeez. A lot of fucking food. You can feed a lot of fucking people. So they were there. That was awesome. Spencer was there with Spencer's Q. He wasn't competing. He was helping with the chili cook-off.
Yeah.
That was his thing. I think that's the only people that you may have known.
Okay.
A couple other small teams that were just hanging out.
Yeah.
That was it.
Nice.
But it was a good day. It was a lot.
No, looked it. It looked it. I will tell you, I was jealous.
We had music playing. We had people hanging out.
You didn't have anybody there to go try to hit on Mel if Mel had been there?
No. Rob had his, like, they have a wheel, which is the wheel of shots. So
Jesus. Oh, maybe it's a good thing I wasn't there. We probably would have been even worse.
You get what you get.
No respins?
No respins. So it's like whiskey, tequila, vodka, shit like that.
Nice.
It was a rough one. So yeah, it was cool. It really makes me want a branded tent. I think we need to eventually break down and do that. They're just so fucking expensive.
I'll get you the name of the company that we've done some with. Yeah. Oh no, you're still talking. A 10 by 10. You're going to be talking a couple grand.
Yeah. They're expensive.
But the one good thing is usually most of them, if you do it, the tent frame you get is going to be 10 times better than
any other tent frame. Yeah.
Any other tent frame.
Yeah, yeah. They're usually.
I'll be honest. Our last tent that we had for the store lasted over 20 years.
Yeah.
And actually, I still have it. It's still the frames. I could still use it.
Pretty good.
So,
I mean, I will say, like, I know we need to do it. It's just I've been pushing it off, and I really should have done it like a couple of years ago.
yeah.
But
Well, especially if you're making the move to where you are moving to,
yeah,
you're gonna have the opportunity to be outside more.
yeah,
Which it can do two things for you. One, events like that. Not that we'll say an event like that you couldn't also just roll the trailer in.
yeah,
But even then, if you had a good tent, if it was really hot, you could throw the tent up against the window of the trailer.
yeah.
So at least people had some shade,
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We yeah. I mean, it's just we're gonna eventually get one. It's just doing it.
Sitting down and biting the bullet.
It's that and like designing it and like all that shit. You know?
I think you do your logo on the, we'll say if it's 10 by 10, you do your logo on the things, and then across the bottom part, I don't know, your website or something, and a phone number along the bottom edge. Or smoking it raw, or like smoking it right, or something like that.
Some kind of
around that bottom edge of it. I think that would be your best.
I think we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We and then I want to get a. I think I want to get a flag made.
That'd be cool.
Like to be able to put like by the trailer and shit. Like like one of those tailgating flags where you like just I'll put the trailer hitch down on it, it'll hold it. Should be heavy enough. Yeah.
That should work. That'd be cool.
1,000 pounds. It should hold the flag. I just think it'd be cool. When they were talking about that, about doing the steak cook-off, they're like, oh, if we do it in the Caribbean or whatever, or the Bahamas, Rob's like, I'm getting a pirate flag made. He's like, for our team. I'm like, that would be pretty badass, though.
Yeah, that would be.
A pirate flag and.
Except for you got to fuck with everybody. The flag itself needs to be red. Do you know why?
I don't.
No mercy, no quarter.
Ah, yes, that is true. Yes, that is true.
So if you're really gonna do it, it's got to be a red flag.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. But yeah, I mean, it was those fests are so much fun. I was telling Amanda, I'm like, God, I wish I could just fucking do this full time.
Yeah. If there was more of them and you could make it worth doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
To travel around and just, I would tell you, if this was.
Get a truck that works or that has a little bit better gas mileage.
Yeah. If this was, I'll call it 20 years from now when Ember's older.
Yeah.
Things like that. And you're looking for, fuck it. Just drive around to all of them, bring your shit.
Yeah.
And fucking sell it. We'll say.
Fuck that. I'm going to sell this company by then. It's going to be in every Walmart. It's going to be everywhere. Actually, so W Sauce. So Stale Cracker?
Yeah.
So he uses W Sauce.
Okay.
All in a bunch of his videos. He's like, this is the best Worcestershire sauce ever, blah, blah, blah. And
don't get me wrong. Hold on. I lost you. Don't get me wrong.
fucking good Worcestershire sauce.
I got to get my hands on some.
And just fucking Stale Cracker's using it. Well, Stale Cracker went into Walmart for his, he does like a crawfish boil seasoning and stuff.
Yeah.
And Walmart was expecting him to sell 100,000 units a month. Stale Cracker is selling 165,000 units a month.
Wow.
That's incredible.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Especially if I'm projecting one number and you're 65% higher than that number. It's a big difference.
Yeah.
It's a big fucking difference.
Well, and we'll say, for those of you that play on the interwebs, you only see the guy fucking more and more and more.
Yeah.
And he's done a very good job because he's definitely way more entertaining than certain other people. Very potent compared to regular Worcestershire sauce. It's damn good though.
I think
it looks a lot thicker to me.
It is thicker.
It looks more like a steak sauce to me than what I would consider a Worcestershire sauce.
Yes, but it's fucking good.
Yeah,
fucking really good. And so I guess they do a vegan shire sauce, and the only reason they called it vegan shire is because they don't put anchovies in it. So they don't put that in there because they're like, there's people with fish allergies. But you're not going to call it an allergy sauce.
Yeah.
And their head marketing guy's hilarious. He's like, and dude, he's like, when you put vegan on anything, he's like, they just fucking buy it. They don't care. He's like, it doesn't fucking matter what it is. You put that fucking word on it, it's like fucking magic.
Yeah. Oh, I believe that 100%.
So I'm like, well, I get it. No, I get that you gotta have the anchovies, but like for people with fish allergies that still want it, they can't have it. Like, I get it.
That's still a lot more closer to that kind of flavor. I can't blame them.
Yeah. So, yeah. But I mean, their vegan shire sauce does not taste any different. Like I don't know what they put in it to bring that flavor out. But it's fucking good. I use it in my when I do like French dip sandwiches and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'll put it in my au
jus. So
like when I'm making it, I'll put W sauce in it.
Okay.
It thickens it a little bit more.
So you get sticks a little bit more to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's fucking really good doing it that
way. I have yet to try it, but I don't use Worcestershire sauce a lot in the first place.
But see, this gives you W sauce just gives you a little more room to play with.
Yeah. Like I said, it's never been a...
Knox, you say it's good in shepherd's pie because Amanda wants to make that like tomorrow, so...
Like I said, it's just not something when I use it, it's because a recipe I'm actually reading a recipe and it says to use it.
Yeah.
Like it's not something I ever grab as like a normal, like, we're going to put this in too.
See, with W, I think you're going to start grabbing it. They also do a spicy version of it, which is nice because it gives a little bit of heat, but not like.
So I got to get you some of the seasoning I have out here that we have out here called Heat Your Meat. So that's what I use on all my wings. And the shit is fucking on wings because it's, we'll say, it gives you the hit of having like a buffalo sauce, but it's a dry wing.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been playing with.
Me and Rob found out that if you take Windy City and make a Windy City wing with it and then put his Southbound sauce on it and toss it in there, it makes a damn good chicken wing.
That sounds good.
It makes a damn good chicken wing. We were hanging out at his place, and he's like, let's put Windy City on these wings. He's like, what if we toss them in Southbound sauce? I'm like, let's toss a couple in it. Let's see what happens. We ended up tossing all of them.
All of them?
Yo, it was one of the best wings I've ever had.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not not because it's my rub and his sauce, but like, fuck, dude.
It just worked.
They just complemented each other so nicely that it was like, damn.
Nice.
Well, those hit.
Hey.
You know what I mean? And
absolutely.
I know, like, if you take like with W sauce too, like doing like skirt steak in it.
Yeah.
Comes out really nicely. Even just putting regular steak, like giving a little marinade of Worcestershire on it. Some people like that, but W comes out really nicely. And yeah, the W is a little thicker.
Like I said, that was the one thing I've noticed in watching the videos of it. Was it definitely, like I said, it almost reminded me more of an A1, like a steak sauce consistency. Like I look at Worcestershire, I look at it like grabbing soy sauce, like the consistency.
That thin little layer. What was I gonna say? Oh, they said that they're selling about 65,000 bottles.
Wow.
Like, fuck.
Yeah,
I'd like to sell 65,000.
But I will say this much though: they've done. We'll go into a little bit of a business side of all this. They've done a very good job of marketing, of guerrilla marketing, to call it, of getting.
So here's the thing. They didn't know that Stale Cracker was going to use their shit.
Yeah.
They didn't know Matt Pittman was going to use their shit.
Okay, I didn't know. I figured they sent it to those.
No.
Okay. Because, I mean, they got those guys. Ron's using it. Mel's using it. There's a bunch of other barbecue people using it.
It just fucking hit. And it's because the product's really good, but it just fucking hit.
Okay.
I don't know. Oh, here we go.
Yeah. He must have had a busy day. Here, you talk to him for a minute. I got to go grab another beer.
Welcome to the shit show. It's taking him forever to get on this. Apparently, California doesn't know how to fucking... Oh, hey.
Hey, I'm really sick of you. I'm sick of you greeting me like I'm an unexpected, birth. That's how I get greeted now. Oh, here we go. I gotta go get it tested again. I don't think she's pregnant.
Flush the toilet again. Dude, flush it. It didn't go down the first time.
Jesus,
that's the dollar.
Go get a pregnancy test. We're gonna get a pregnancy test, and we're gonna get a bourbon and a 6-pack of beer.
That's what the Dollar Tree's for, my friend. You can get a bunch of little tests. They're only $1. You pee on them. You're good to go.
Yeah, it never comes out right, though.
Are you wearing a Dickies flannel or a Dixon flannel?
Dixon.
Ooh, look at you. You're fancy.
It's a special version of a Dixon, too. It's the Black Fires one.
Ooh, look at you. You're fancy.
This is so I can show up at every bike event I go to, and at least 10 other dudes are wearing the same damn flannel that I am. It's cute.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's like we shop in the same store.
yeah.
Uh,
That's because what they
Yeah.
put them out like. No, don't they drop them at like whatever, like 3 o'clock at certain days, and then like for their special releases?
I have no idea. I can't
Like,
keep up
fucking
anymore.
insane.
I got kids and a barbecue business in school. I have no idea, man. That being
I know,
said,
like-
Dixon, Danny, if you want to sponsor me for barbecue and stuff, I'm all down, man. Go ahead.
Like I tried buying one. Like I saw one that I liked. And I tried
He sold
buying
out.
it, and like everything's fucking sold out. I was like, oh, okay, great.
I got in the middle of something. So Edward Scissorhands, don't a lot of these guys use it as a binders? Can we all agree that binders don't make a difference in play?
Yes.
Here's the thing with the binders, though. I mean, what kind of binders are they using?
We're talking
I'm
about
coming-
W sauce.
we're talking about W sauce.
Worcestershire.
And I've seen some people use it as a binder, but more of them have used it in marinades.
Pittman's using it heavy as a binder.
Oh,
Is
He's
he?
heavily using it as a binder, which is
do me a favor,
great.
educate the ignorant amongst us. Which is hi. What the hell is W sauce?
So it's a Worcestershire sauce, and it's a, they came out in 2020,
Okay.
2021.
I thought it was.
But it's an American. It's an American,
It's an American
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire sauce.
So it has extra gluten.
Yes. So, but they're super cool dudes. I was just hanging out with them, and the shit's delicious. It's fucking really good. But
do me a favor, send me a DM. If you speak on it, then it's worth it. I'm gonna order some stuff from those guys.
I'll get you some of it.
Well, so what's the problem as a binder? Using that as a binder, what's the deal?
Nothing. I was talking from a business standpoint of how awesome it is when people use it as a binder, because then they're going through it
like crazy,
a shit ton faster.
Good.
They are from Key West. You are correct. The guys are from Key West. Basically, what the guys did is one of them's a professional fisherman. The other one owned a fishing company. And when COVID hit, they were like, "What the fuck are we gonna do?"
Right.
And the Bert dude, he's like, "I have a family recipe that everyone's been like." He's like, "Everyone's been saying they're gonna bottle it for years, and nobody ever did."
Dude,
He's
I
like,
love this story already.
He's like, "I fucking finally did it," and dude, they're selling 65,000 bottles a month.
Good for them.
Yeah,
That's rad. No, that's rad. That's like me starting the barbecue company in 08. Like, what the hell else am I gonna do? I don't have a job. My buddy's like, get out there and start hustling chicken and barbecue. You're good. This guy came out with a Worcestershire sauce. Hell yeah. Go him. I mean, that's like I'm not getting knocked down. I'm looking for the jab coming. I'm gonna knock you out. Sorry,
dude's run. I mean, he's running a good business. The funny thing is, like, I met 2 of the 3 guys that are part of the company, right?
Okay.
And he was like,
sorry,
like,
not
so
posted. It killed me. Go ahead.
they're like, it's so funny that, like, he's like, people think we're like this huge company because, like, they're seeing it fucking everywhere. He's like, well, you're looking at 2/3 of the fucking assholes that work here.
Bro, I want to be a part of that crew so bad just based off this premise. Those guys are awesome.
Dudes are fucking super cool dudes. They're super rad.
Well, they're Key West. How can you not be, dude? Everybody out there drinks to the point they can't anymore, and they're still cool.
Well, and the funny thing is they were like, the guy's like, oh, he's like, let me get shiitake from you. And I, like, gave him a bottle of shiitake. He's like, let me Venmo you. And I was like, you just gave me a bottle of sauce. I think we're square. And he's like, yeah, but like, no, I think we're good. I think we'll handle it. I'm like, we'll square up at the end of the day. Like, I'll deal with you. Because I knew, like, if I said that, he'll let it go. And then I don't have to, I don't have to be like, no, like.
As it should be, yeah. I'm not hitting your pride. We don't have to deal with this BS. We understand.
I mean, the cool thing, I mean, at least he was being cool. Because there's so many people that are like, hey, let me get that. Are you going to pay me for it? And they're like, no, I have no intention of ever paying you for it.
At all. I'm just asking you this way so you can give it to me for free, and now you're not screwed.
And then I'm not going to tell anyone about it.
Yeah.
That's rad, though. So it's called the W?
It's, W sauce.
Yep. W sauce. All right. W sauce.
So, but otherwise, other binders, like, to me, they're so dumb. Like, people that use mayo, guys that use mayo on their steaks.
Here's the catch, though, and we'll say you can go a little bit sciencey on the mayo on your steak.
Because you can get the butter situation.
You can get the crust you can form because of the oils in it and all of that.
If you can't form a fucking crust on a steak with a hot fucking grill, dude, you got a whole nother issue.
I'm just saying, there are people that if you're using it for the scientific reason on why, okay, but using it to bind just to hold seasonings, no.
I mean, if you really want to use a binder to hold some seasonings, I mean, I can think of some other liquids that are cheaper than this one right here, I promise you. You get like plastic bottle whiskey. You know, that's not for drinking. That's for, you know, meat.
Throwing at things
for marinade.
Yeah.
You know, it's for people you hate. That's what that's supposed to be for. You know what I mean?
But like
hey, let me make you a mixed drink.
Like mayo, mustard. To me, it's just like I know there's places down in Texas that do it. I understand it, but like I don't feel like I understand that you don't get any like real like flavor out of it, but I feel like it's just a lot more work and a lot more of a mess to clean up.
Yep.
In the end.
Okay, so what's wrong with just simple olive oil? Just get some olive oil. Don't soak it. Just, you know.
If I need to, that's the only thing I
sprinkle on top.
Yeah. If I need to, and that's.
But like when people are like, "Oh, you gotta put a binder on a pork butt." The only time I ever put a binder on a pork butt, I have one rule. Okay, one rule is if I have frozen fucking pork butts. And there ain't no time to thaw. Those motherfuckers are going into the smoker. And they're going in rock hard frozen. They will get seasoned as much as they possibly can with a little bit of an olive oil binder. And I mean, I've thrown frozen pork butts into where I put olive oil and like the olive oil fucking
froze to it.
Because like they were fucking so cold.
Oh, it's rough.
Like, fuck it. It doesn't matter. I'll season it up, even if I don't season it, even if it's not fully seasoned.
You can't tell me it doesn't matter. You can't just brush that off. It matters. There's going to be a fraction of a difference. There's going to be differences.
There will be a fraction of a difference, but if I'm under pressure and I have to get another 2-3 pork butts and I didn't know, and they're frozen, as long as I season well.
But not only that,
after they're pulled,
you're bringing them up to temp super slow. I mean, come on now. I mean, you're doing exactly what you're supposed to do with frozen meat. So anybody that's listening to this and like, you're doing it wrong. No, it's the way it's supposed to be done. I want to put that.
You're sous videing it in smoke instead of fucking water. That's all.
But you know what I mean? Like,
I want to put that disclaimer out there.
As soon as I break that pork shoulder apart, though, I'm going to re-season anyways.
Of course.
So, I mean, yeah, I might get a little less bark in there.
Yeah.
But on the scale of a great pork shoulder, I don't think you're not losing a ton.
No.
And especially if it's not, and that's not like it's not a thing that I do on a regular basis. That's an
oh shit moment.
Yeah, it's an oh shit moment. That's like, oh my God.
That's
they're frozen.
Oh, they're frozen, and we got a catering order.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. This is like Aaron Franklin coming out to the Bay Area, and he got green wood to use to smoke, and he was smoking on a smoker. They had no idea. You know, it's like there's tricks of the trade that we've learned over the years that we can get away with because we know the end result.
Yeah.
So yeah. So anybody's trying to poke holes in your story, you know, just trying to tell them nice and gently to suck it.
Yeah. I will say I think it's crazy that Aaron Franklin So he teamed up with PK, and then he teamed up with. Well, he made his own cooker, right?
Hooker, yeah, he's got his own smoker now.
His own smoker.
Which I think is a long time coming. He should have done that a long time ago.
Yeah, but for the size of the smoker that he's selling,
I know.
Don't
get me.
it's his name that's like pushing that. That's the only thing he's doing.
The problem is he's selling it for a price he's supposed to, and the problem is you go and get like a Oklahoma Joe from any big box store, and I promise you it's going to be a third of the steel.
Of the metal. A third.
Where is the stocking cap guy from? So I'm assuming you mean Mikey, and he is from Chicago.
Stocking cap.
What's up? It's a beam, motherfucker.
He might be talking about me with my button up all the way.
Yeah, but wait, you've got it buttoned all the way. You at least don't have like the bottom half unbuttoned, do you?
Oh man, did I have that dude on? My bad. Let me fix it.
Gotta have the white T-shirt underneath it, so like.
Oh man, don't even mess.
The worst part is when I think of that now, all I think of is Dr. Evil and Mini Me.
God.
See, you didn't grow up Chicano. See, you have to grow up watching like all the Chicano movies, and you get it. The white guy who runs the prison gang for Mexicans. Yeah. And that day, okay? Tú sabes nada, cállate, güey.
But I mean, like, I understand. Like, I get binders. Like, I get binders the same way that I get like guys that fucking. I am about to mug somebody on the fucking.
Yeah,
subway.
like the ruthless. It's gonna be like the most hipster subway you've ever seen. It's gonna be the most hipster subway ever. Everyone's gonna be like wearing like full on like cowboy boots with their jeans stuffed in the wrong way, and the cowboy hat that's like brand new, but it's never touched the air before. He just took it out of the bag. Mike's like, "Give me your money." Take it. I was gonna buy vegan tacos anyways.
Dude, I've only been. I think I've only been like tried to be mugged like twice in life.
Dude, if you were ever gonna mug anybody, it would be a gay hipster, and that's how it's gonna be. It's just like,
dude, so I got off. I fell asleep on the L once, and took it all the way down, and you had to get off and get back on, right?
So many get back on jokes in that whole sentence.
Such a like very bad neighborhood. This guy walks up and he's like, "Yeah," he's like, "Give me your money." I'm like, "No."
No.
Like, no. And he's like,
been there.
Literally looks at me like nobody's ever said no. You know what I mean? Like,
give me your money. No.
Like, no.
Just give me the bullet. Give me the bullet.
He didn't know what to do at that point.
No.
That happened to me one time in Richmond. I was like 24, living with my parents, which is every 24-year-old's dream.
Oh yeah.
Like I just moved back.
That's the best
home,
way to get girls.
Oh,
where do you live?
It's so horrible. My mom, my dad. It's great.
My roommates.
But the crazy part, that's different. Oh, my roommates. That's horrible. No, my mom. This is me. Yeah, why are you in the basement? So I was.
Ma, the meatloaf.
So I had this lowrider truck because I'm just that much, enough Mexican.
Wow, just go for the stereotype there.
Oh crap! Alex is here. Oh, he knows all about this too. Alex is of course you were shown. That's Alex. He's my best friend. I ride on these rides with. Anyway, so I had this lowrider truck. It was lowered. It was a flare side, like a Ford 93 or something like that. Custom paint job, sitting on 20s, the whole nine.
Custom paint job. You're not running stock on that.
No, it's all bad, right? So I'm in Richmond, which is a real dodgy part of the Bay Area. It's like East Oakland kind of status, the bad parts of San Francisco, things like that. But I'm with friends. So I go visit my friends, and then I go to the liquor store and to buy some alcohol for the party. And I get out, and dude's got a gun on me. He's like, "Give me the keys to your car, keys to the truck." I'm like, "No." Just like,
No.
He's like, what? You got a gun to your face. I'm like, honestly, man, I'm living with my parents. I don't have a job.
This is all I got.
Future.
I'm like, I'm about to move into this truck, and if you shoot me, they're gonna find this truck. You gotta get you on GTA, get you on murder and assault with a deadly weapon. I mean, all this stuff. Man, that's 3 strikes right away. I go, you're not getting. I'll give you the money I have. I don't have any money at this point. I spent it all on alcohol. Look, I'm holding it.
You want a beer?
And that's why he's like, and he jetted out with him and his boy. And I was like, I went back to the party and they're like, you all right? I'm like, yeah, this is kind of a weird place in your life when you're like, no. So when you said, no, I'm like,
Dude, I was drunk. I'm like hung. I'm still drunk. And the guy's like, give me your wallet. I'm like, no.
no. At this point, it's not worth it. I can't even go wait in DMV line at this point. I'll just shoot myself. So please just get me ahead of this whole situation.
You know what? You're going to do me a favor here? Here. I'll tell you where to put it.
So one of my old bosses, so I worked at a coffee shop when I was younger.
How did the barbecue situation turn into this?
Just this is the way we go. So I worked at a coffee
Welcome
shop.
Welcome to the BBQchat show, folks.
I worked at a coffee shop, right? When I was younger. Right. My boss got like really, really sick. He got mono. And he was leaving the shop. And like it wasn't a sketchy area, but like I mean it's Chicago, so everywhere can be kind of sketchy sometimes.
Welcome to the Bay Area.
Like we used to have to kick out like heroin addicts and all that shit out of the bathrooms and stuff. And they'd always make me do it. I'm like, okay, great, thanks a lot. But so he's like walking out and somebody's like, give me the night's take. He's like, we got $18, dude. He's like, we're mainly a credit card shop. Most people pay with credit cards. There's no
give me the night's take.
And he's like he's holding a bag. It's like it's $18. He's like, and I'm just sitting there, and he's like, I'm looking at the guy, and he's like, he's holding the gun kind of goofy. He's like, so I knock it out of his hand, because he's from New York. He's like, I knock it out of his hand and just punch him in the face. And just walk away. He's like, I didn't fight with him at all. I just walked away.
I mean, at that point, you got to be like, I can't do anything right. You know that guy.
Dude, you can't even rob some.
Dude, and Chicago's getting bad, bro. I keep hearing all the carjacking.
Getting bad? Wait. Getting bad?
Hey,
well, I mean, worse. My bad. It's getting worse. Come on. I've heard Kanye lyrics, and they're saying that there's more people being shot in Chicago suburbs than in the war of Iraq, and that's just amazing to me. I think he's lying. Did I say that right?
Kind of.
Did that come out okay?
You did. I'm actually pretty proud of you.
I'm pretty sure that was accurate. Yeah.
But no, it's getting apparently.
That's a white voice in my head that tells me to do right. You shouldn't do that.
So apparently they're saying that like Illinois, because of Chicago, is going to be like one of the most dangerous states to live in next year.
Bro, I mean I get it. Just South Side alone.
I mean, there's just a lot of stupid shit that people are doing.
Well, yeah. Bay Area as well.
And the problem is, like,
Yeah, but pretty soon they ain't going to have any electricity in fucking California for them to do anything.
Give me started, man. Yeah, but what we need to do is invest in more electric cars.
Just make sure you don't run your AC on the same day, okay? So if you could charge your car on Wednesday, run your AC on Thursday, and then you could charge your car again maybe Friday, Saturday, but no AC.
And don't drive.
Wait, I can bring this back to barbecue. What are the Traeger people going to do?
Oh, shit.
They're going to have they're going to have amazing igloos to store their beer in.
What's your knuckled friend going to do?
Sweet, dude. Thank you.
He was talking to you, Mikey. He's asking you.
No. I'm talking about Sean's knuckled friend.
Asking my knuckled friend.
He's talking about the guy who doesn't know his fucking name. He had to write it on his body 4 fucking times.
Hey, you know what? I have not followed that dude for years and years and years, but at the same time, I've heard that he's made a difference. So hey, good for him. I really don't have anything horrible to say about him. The fact, I really, because honestly,
They will have solar Traegers.
Yeah. All right, I'm done trying to defend, folks. We're good. Let's go. Keep going.
No, I mean, you guys are losing power slowly. Your power grid's getting overwhelmed. So how do you guys cook food out there? I mean, how are they gonna cook on Traegers?
Yeah, you know how they do it? They wait for a lightning strike and go in the woods.
Hey, that's how our ancestors did it. That's how we do it. That's how traditional I am, homie. All right? I wait for lightning, and that's when I cook. And after that, fool, which
Have you guys had any? Have you guys? Has there been any like? Because wasn't there like they wanted to not have pork being sold in California?
yeah, I'm pretty sure they got pushed back.
Did it?
Because well, it's supposed to be January, but then like it became a big thing in the news, and then it disappeared. So I don't. We'll find out when bacon like goes up to like $80 a pound.
And you're buying it from some guy on a street corner instead of fucking at the grocery store.
Dude, I got pork belly in the freezer right now.
Dude,
Good.
I got thick cut. I got thick cut.
I got a pound of bacon. What you need?
Yeah. Thick cut.
Just that good.
Center cut.
Good. That fat belly. You want some of the fat belly? I got the fat belly for you.
But I mean,
Sell it by the ounce.
What are they going to do? I mean, if they do that, like, how are certain restaurants going to survive?
Hey, I'm not even worried about them, man, because I'll be selling some burnt ends like a mother. You don't have no idea. I'll be like, hey, want them pork belly burnt ends? I know where to get them. Here's one. Tell your friend.
I got a guy. First one's free.
Here's a half of one.
And then I'll be freezing them. I'll be selling them by the rock. Like this one right here, this one right here. Look at the fat.
Be cool.
The cops are looking. The cops. I thought you were selling pigs. Oh, stop, man. What you doing that? Yeah. No, it'll be interesting. Seriously, if they do actually enact that law, because what they basically want, from what I understand, is like 5 more feet for the pigs, to move around. So,
Okay.
I have no idea.
I mean, I get it.
I mean, I do too. I understand the whole situation, but at the same time, there's reality, and then there's,
but here's the other thing that's going to happen.
What are those people dealing with in the first place that are ranchers that have the pigs? What's the constraints they have on them? What's the real understanding of what's happening today?
But here's the other thing that you got to think about. They'll probably let it be brought in from other states, which aren't going to have the same regulations. And is California going to go to Iowa to check the farms there to see how much room they have?
You're talking to me like I speak for all of California. If I spoke for
no, but I'm just saying, like, we deal with that.
I get you. Yeah.
Our farmers up here deal with all the time. The rules that they have to follow are crazy, but yet you could ship something from North Carolina, from Nevada, from Mexico, and all the rules, they don't have to follow the same rules.
No, it's true. You're right.
No, so here's the other thing, though, which is why the Illinois Pork Board invited me to one dinner, and then I never got invited back. Literally, like, halfway through the dinner, they were like, you can leave. Like, we really don't want you here anymore.
Where was that at?
The Illinois Pork Board, the Illinois Pork Association. They were like, "Yeah, you can leave." I was like, because I asked a simple question: when are we finally going to roll out grading for pork?
Mikey, the problem is you shouldn't think.
Yeah,
that's bad. That's a bad look for that in politics.
Well, because they do so much commercial farming
No, that's an amazing question that I never thought of. When are we going to start grading pork? I mean, that makes a lot of sense.
We grade everything else. Pork's just pork.
Well, now you can get a Carabuta pork, or you can get
Sure, but
Duroc.
that's not a grade.
But that doesn't. I know it's not.
Wait, come on.
I know
Mikey,
it's not.
How much were you drinking before you asked that question? And then how did you ask that question?
I simply raised my hand very nicely.
Answer the first question first. How much?
I had a couple
before you
cocktails.
asked? How many?
4?
3 or 4, Mikey. And what kind of cocktails were they? And did you
They were
eat
gin.
beforehand? Mikey, were you good and feeling loose and feeling like this?
Oh, I
is your
feel
house?
great.
Okay, then there we go.
Real good.
Okay, I understand why you were kicked out now. We're good. Go ahead, keep going.
But
I raised my hand like an adult. Like, hey, mother, when are we going to start grading up
no,
beef?
because
Wait,
like we had
pork. We already grade beef. Pork. We got grade.
no.
These words are hard.
No. I mean, I was very polite. I was very
That's how I
nice.
picture you,
They
sorry.
had like this whole meet, like whatever. They had a bunch of like influencers and all this shit come to it, and then they were like awarding like one of the pork farmers with being the best pork farmer in Illinois, like an award or whatever, blah blah. And they were like, "Do you have any questions for him about pork farming or blah blah blah?" And everyone was asking like, "Is it hard to do?" And I was like, he's like, "What's your question?" Like, when are we going to grade pork like we grade beef? And he just looked at me like, that is the last fucking thing we want to do.
I mean, when you think about it, it's true.
And
It will up standards. It will make standards go higher.
it will make standards go higher.
I think it should, but I don't understand everything that goes into that. First of all, way beyond my scope of thinking. But I believe it's a really good question. And if that's a hard question to answer, then I think that intelligent people need to think about that harder.
It won't get pushed until there's a big enough farm that says, I want to sell my meat for more. I want to grade it.
Yep.
To prove so I can sell it for a higher price.
It's going to happen.
Well, the thing is, like,
guaranteed.
And that's what it has to take is is a number of farmers to go, no, we think our pork is a higher level.
But you don't have to, like, here, you don't have to grade beef. You don't, as a farmer, you don't have to grade beef.
Yeah.
Then here's my question. When did that start? And how did that start? Grading beef. I think that's a really
USDA.
A lot of it's to market, so like farmers coming together.
Politicians paying off, farmers or whatever.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
It's farmers wanting more money for their cattle.
And if you have a better product, then you should get that.
Where the problem
especially
is, like,
pork too.
Pork's cheap for the most part. You know what I mean? Like, you can get pork loin for 99 cents a pound sometimes. You can get, certain things for very, very cheap.
Well, then this makes me ask the other question. Then why isn't poultry the same way?
Poultry technically is graded.
Is it Foster Farms and everything else, or what?
Yeah. They do an A, B, and C rating. Nothing is really lower than A, though.
Because I kind of want those chickens that seen life, you know what I mean? The ones that are driving around, like in Vegas, looking like they're haggard on the commercials. I mean, I'm pretty sure I cut in nose suckers. I'm tasting the story, you know what I mean? It might be more meth than anything else, but, whatever.
Hey, but I'm just saying, like,
but part of the reason pork is cheaper to and everything is, one, they get to weigh faster, but also when they give birth to multiple piglets. A cow gives birth to one.
They also
you need more room for a cow. Takes more room to raise it, more feed to raise it.
A different kind of feed. It's going to be more expensive, probably.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I know. I get it all. Like the thing is, like, pigs will can reproduce 3 times a year.
And
a lot of fucking pigs.
I mean, what about bulls and cows? How much? I mean, cows can eat.
I think they just do one a year.
Are you sure?
think so.
Somebody Google it.
I'm trying to remember, and I should fucking know this.
I'm
I think there's a
pretty
couple
sure they do
seasons
one
for
a
it.
year.
From what I've learned on that movie, on that show with Ashton Kutcher, and
I
Sam,
should know.
whatever.
I've had to fucking pull a calf out before.
Did you
Fuck.
lose your watch? Because that'd be pretty interesting. You'd be like, Billy Crystal at that point.
No, I honestly did. I had to. So Connecticut, UConn, like UConn Huskies, the basketball team you always hear about. UConn actually started as an agricultural college.
Okay.
And they still have a huge program. I didn't go there, but an ex-girlfriend of mine did. And we were down in the beef barn, like where all the beef cattle are. And there was a cow that was trying to give birth, but it was twisted around.
Got you. Breach.
So they do what they call chains, which is literally you put your hands in and it wraps around the hooves and you pull. And I had to go to about there and reach in to help pull.
I have two questions for you.
You fisted a cow.
Yeah,
Basically.
There's two questions I got for you. How big of an impact did that make on you for barbecue? Legit.
It didn't. I'll be honest. It didn't. I grew up around animals. I grew up around cows and horses and stuff. So to me, it was always there. We breed them and we do what we do for food, for
it's sustainable.
Work.
You're not abusing the hell out of your animals. Yeah.
It was a cool experience for me. I don't ever need to do it again.
Right.
But it was cool to do, but it didn't have like oh my God, I just helped pull out, like, okay, I pulled out my future steak.
Right. Gotcha. So second question, since you were like up to here, right? Here.
Yeah.
How long did it take for you to wash the smell off?
Way too long.
Still there.
Yeah.
Still there. Still in my pores. Yeah. It was like 18 sauna sessions and 50 rock scrubbing sessions.
Yeah. I looked at my girl afterwards and I'm like, yeah, we need to go back to your apartment now once we're done with all this.
I gotta hit a shower hard.
Because I can tell you now, I had shown steers, I had milked dairy cows, I had done a lot of animal things. That was a first for me. And I was like, we're done? It's cool?
Yeah.
I need a shower.
Being like almost neck deep into a mama cow. Yeah. I think, and pulling out her baby. It's like, you know what? I can't wait to eat you as a steak because I smell horrible right now. Yeah. That's pretty. Dude,
you better taste damn good, asshole.
Oh my
but
God,
I understand that pork does it does reproduce faster. It does everything a lot faster. I get that, but that doesn't mean that all pork is the same. And
absolutely.
Too many people think all pork is created equal.
No.
Yeah.
That's too bad because it really every car is going to run different on the fuel you give it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? What are you feeding that pig, first of all, and what's the surroundings around that pig? Because I do believe, man, if and I think that's part of what the law is trying to do for California is to make better situations
for that
healthier for that deal. I think, of course, when politics get involved, it's always lost. Sure. I think logic always usually wins. Hopefully, but when it comes to the bottom line, that's the hard part. Is like we're dealing with basically a world post-COVID where things cost so much more money from the ground up, from the feed you're giving to your animals.
Yeah,
to give us our steaks and our bacon and everything.
Oh, and this conversation was pre-COVID, so like this was
So
they at least didn't have to worry about that. But
now it's a different deal altogether. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I grew up with the understanding that ranchers and farmers have been getting screwed, since the same way teachers have. You know what I mean? It's like it's all these folks should get paid way way more money than what they're getting.
Well, I mean,
Yep.
there's places out here like corn farmers out here that get paid to not like basically
Oh, of course.
just destroy their crop.
Oh, well, I knew it was really awesome. I just read, like 2 days ago, that some college kids found a way
Cat Daddy, what's up?
what's up, Cat Daddy? To be able to be in touch with these farmers.
Mm-hmm.
So what they don't have to waste that. They put it towards a food for the homeless, food for the hungry.
Sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
they get
some of the
rid
things
of it
that
anyways.
But some of the things that happen is, so most farmers, like vegetable and that kind of thing, they have insurance on their crop.
So
And if they have a whole, well, no. So, and what'll happen is, so like Connecticut, we do a ton of tobacco here. Broadleaf tobacco, what they use to wrap cigars in.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, what the people from the buyers will come, and they'll basically be like, yeah, none of this is like any good. So the farm will claim it as insurance, and then these buyers will then buy it for cheaper from the insurance company.
Yeah. We got a business question. Shoot the question over. We're waiting on it. But I totally get that. And that's the weird fucked up thing of how the business of farming and all that shit works. Because
that's the politics of farming right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you gotta pay a farmer to not grow his crops.
Oh no, that's
to not give out what he's.
Yeah.
There's a problem. Yeah. But now we're getting into like man-made BS problems for the world. So
sure, exactly.
It's gonna take like at least another bottle of bourbon for me to figure that out for you guys.
I will say though, the funny thing is like one of my favorite lines is
"Cat Daddy, give us a short version."
We'll use your question and the show up. We can only do 3 at a time. So
yeah, we're only allowed 3.
Hey, Mikey, I have a question right after you do your deal.
I have no. I'm just waiting.
Go ahead, keep going. I don't mean to interrupt you. Keep doing what you're doing.
I don't know what I was doing.
Oh man, I hate that. I hate it when people do it to me. Seriously, man. My thought span is like this. I'm like 10-second Ted. You got it? Lost it. Anyways, all right. Who had the? I know you guys gave out some advice over Thanksgiving.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know about you. I got like 5 phone calls, so I know you guys got texts and calls. And
yeah,
what was the most common question? And if you had a weird question, cool, share that one. But I'm just asking. There's got to be
my most common question was, do I brine or not? And
that seems pretty legit. The answer is always yes.
Mine was no. I don't brine.
Really?
I don't brine. I don't. Not commercially, no.
See, look what I know. I said the answer is always.
And then my other question, I guess, was I got a lot of people just asking like how long to cook for, and that's the bane of my existence.
Because you can't give an answer on that. It's like experience.
Like it varies so far from cooker to cooker.
Yeah.
Like
cooker to cooker, bird to bird.
Yeah, but if you're cooking, but here's the thing: if you're cooking on like your Weber kettle, that thing's gonna cook one way versus like a Big Green Egg or like a WSM.
And where are you doing it? Are you doing it in like north of Connecticut? Are you doing it in Key West? Are you doing it in the Bay Area? Are you doing it? All these things, they all have a how much does a turkey weigh? Did you get a dirty turkey and it's got like a bunch of salt water in it too? What are you dealing with?
Yeah. And like the other thing is, are you spatchcocking? Are you not?
Right. That's a big question. That's big.
Because like they cook differently. There's different times of temp.
Yeah.
Allows it to cook.
So the question I get the most is, how do I get crispy skin? Because it always comes out rubbery.
Fucking cook it long enough.
Yeah. whipping barbecue out of his yard. Ended up getting real popular, so much so that Vice Network ran a show on him. Now he's got 100 people plus lining up in his township.
All right, we'll get to that when he's done.
Yeah.
Okay, that motherfucker needs to either get a food truck, or he needs to get a commissary, or he just needs to open up a
Brick and mortar.
a small takeout.
Yeah, he's got a bunch. So he's got a bunch of backup. He's got something to run on.
You know what I mean? Like, if he's gotten that many people that are lining up, you gotta just fucking run with it, dude. Fucking
You gotta build. Yeah, build.
Get it legal and go.
Yeah, like that's a deal. We just had to. I'm just trying to please some block all day today. That's where's I gonna start from here?
He's go legal.
You gotta get a brick
Go
and mortar.
legal. Yeah.
Go find a commissary kitchen to either be able to
It sounds like
work out of, or
catch me if I'm wrong. I think he doesn't have the capital to work with, deal with all that logistically, which makes sense because most people, when they try to start off, they just don't have.
Yeah, but if he's got 100+ people in line and he's feeding that many people,
it depends on what his his percentages are at too. Is he charging what he's supposed to? Is he doing $10 plates because he's trying to get in there, or is he like making enough money?
Here's the thing, though. If you're that good and you've got Vice and all these guys doing shows, you should be able to find somebody to be a financial backer. Whether it's a bank, whether it's somebody. You do.
Or how much if you want the guerrilla route, I mean the guerrilla marketing route.
What are your margins? Let's start there. What are your margins? Like, are you running 30% food cost?
So it's evolved too fast, is what he's saying. So does he have he's walking once a week, sells a cut. All right, does he have an idea of how the situation works?
Like, what's a sellout?
In the restaurant industry? How much is he? What's his profit per sellout?
Yeah, but what's a sellout? Are we talking a sellouts like $1,000? Are we talking a sellouts $5,000? Are we talking a sellouts $450? What's his sellout?
And it sounds like he's making a name for himself already. So, I mean,
I just feel like I have so many questions. This is a very in-depth conversation. This is you need a business plan.
But it sounds like he's looking for an idea to where to go from here. So let's say he doesn't have. Jesus.
1,200 to 2,000 on a good day. Okay.
People or
I think dollars. I think dollars.
Yeah, he's saying dollars.
Well, okay. So if you're making profit 2,000,
I don't know if that's profit. I think that might be
selling.
His gross.
Change the hustle. Change the $2,000. If that's profit, it's profit. But change the situation. Make sure your social media following is strong, so that you can update it right away, and it makes it kind of a game for folks. They want to go eat where you're at.
Yeah, I would maybe even, dude, I would go to maybe like a brewery or something and be like, hey, I have this business that's running.
Oh, 400, that's good.
Give me Saturday here from noon till 6 o'clock, and I'll be your food from noon to 6 o'clock. I will bring in new clients.
Well, where's he at?
New Jersey, I think.
Breweries as well.
Yeah, you said New Jersey.
If you're doing breweries, dude, just get a commissary and start rocking it out of the commissary.
Yeah.
Jersey. Who do we know in Jersey?
Officially got shut down today. Like by the health department, or are we talking like
it sounds like the cops shut down with like some sort of fine
but what did they use to shut you down? Did they use health stuff? Did they use tax stuff? wrong,
Who were you threatened by?
wrong zoning.
Yeah.
But from what? A $10,000 fine from what group? So are we talking about health violations? You have zoning violations, that kind of thing.
Like, are you doing this all out of your backyard? Because there's zoning right there.
Yeah, I mean, that's how we all started out. I mean, we all started out in our backyard. I don't care how
dude.
great you are. Freaking Aaron Franklin started it on his backyard.
Yeah. But for what are they? What is the charge for the
fining
fine?
you for?
Oh.
An unlicensed business, health things.
All right, out of the yard.
What's the-
All right, I got you. Change the location.
Yeah. Change the location.
Educate yourself on where you're at and what your county needs you to give. The first, yeah, they didn't say. They're just trying
So
to.
you need to ask, because that's the first thing. They need to show you why they can shut you down.
Yeah.
If it's a hazard one way or another with like population, if everybody's parking wrong and people are lining up, and it's an issue like
but
that.
Go to them nicely and go, okay, guys, look, what is wrong with what I'm doing? What do I need to do?
Yep.
What do you want me to do to make this right?
Well, I mean, I'm assuming there's gonna be some kind of health department stuff.
Yeah,
but it sounds like the cops shut them down, so there might be some issue.
Yeah. But I'm just
so
saying,
a lot of times health departments have to get there. They don't have, just like a lot of fire marshals don't have the actual ability to write a ticket. The police are the ones that actually have to write it.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I know that like our health departments can shut us down for stuff. Like they can shut us down and we can't sell, right?
And you don't want to push the envelope.
No.
Because once you get on the radar, then it's an issue.
Yeah.
And once you're on the bad side, it's an issue.
Yeah.
So what I would do, man, is I would honestly
shoe blinking.
But I would be going to them ask, what do I need? What do you guys want? What am I missing?
Dude, find it. I'd still just be looking for a commissary and just sell out of the commissary.
Absolutely. I would be doing that too. But at the same time, if you don't ask those questions, then
you're good.
You don't.
No, he's good. He's got a meeting with the commissioner tomorrow. And this is what I would do. First off, do you have your Serve Safe certifications?
Yeah.
I mean, that's really important. If you go and just as a starting place, at least go get your Serve Safe certifications for management.
But he's not gonna be able to get that by tomorrow. But yeah.
No, he's not. There's nothing's gonna save him for tomorrow. He's got to change locations.
Yeah.
That's the deal. If you're trying to stay underground, then you turn it into an underground thing. Okay, so go and get your Serve Safe certifications. You keep it under the Serve Safe certifications is basically just common logic of how you're supposed to handle their food. If you're not doing any of the things that they recommend, there's an issue. Because it's mostly just common sense. Now, taking that in the broad, scheme of things, they don't account for medium rare steaks. Suck it. That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
Mikey, I'm cutting you off. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I don't think they'll let you do Serve Safe online.
Last I knew, you couldn't.
At least not for the manager's license. You can do the basic license, which is $7. It's super easy. But you need a manager's license to run a food establishment, at least in Illinois. I would honestly
long-term plans too.
I would honestly, like, my first step would be calling to find a commissary. I don't know if you're a part of a church or if you have friends that are
a Polish club, an Irish club, a French club,
some kind of club, anything.
Fire has a commercial kitchen.
If they have a commercial kitchen in it.
It sounds like the dude, he's just realizing his talent and it's becoming public, and he wants the next step to go. So if
I understand the whole Franklin, but I mean, dude, commissary. But if you did a commissary, you would be able to sell out of the commissary, and most commissaries are in commercial areas, so you're not traffic. They can't fuck with you about traffic. They can't fuck with you about people standing in lines because it's a commercial area. That's what it's there for, and all that kind of shit. A VFW hall, sure. a lot of these places have commercial or certified commercial kitchens, so you'd be able to cook out of them.
But when it comes to smoking, it's always a weird thing. I mean,
I get it,
especially in
yeah.
California. The only
No.
first legal smoking in California for barbecue was in San Juan Capistrano with Heritage Barbecue.
Yeah.
It's stupid. So you are gonna, especially in New Jersey, it's so sad. You're gonna run into that kind of crap, even though
Sure.
refineries all around you and all that stuff.
Sure,
But
but
if
I
you
mean,
have a
I
com-
think
but it's
if
a
you-
great area. But having a commissary,
yeah.
is actually.
But if you can move to that
best thing.
commissary, you'll probably get fucked with way less
Yeah.
of people.
Yeah.
coming to pick
Commissaries
shit up.
first. Second, get your managers serve safe.
Yeah.
Get a tax ID.
Yeah. Become a real business. Get
Mm,
insurance. Get
Get insurance.
There's a company
Get
called
insurance.
Flip. They're $2.99 a year.
Hey, and feel free, man, to like DM all of us, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
For
last
sure.
thing we want for you to do is to fail.
Honestly,
And hopefully you've done a good job of getting social media out there of all these people if they're coming to you
yeah.
and
they can
give them
follow
the
you
heads
next.
up and give them all the heads up and tell them what's going on. Keep them informed so
He's got
they
an
want
LLC.
they want to support you.
If you have
All
an
right, so you got some
LLC
paperwork. Yeah, he's got some paperwork going. Who do you know, or maybe it's you, who's really good with paperwork, with paying the bills? Me,
Sure.
It's not me, dude. I'm not that guy. I'm not. I'm a caveman. My job is to throw, dead animal on top of fire. That's what I do. My wife, on the other hand, brilliant, super smart, knows how to handle that stuff. So, okay, you pay taxes. You're on the right.
Okay, so
spot. Yeah.
that takes that thing that they can stop you for do work.
Get insurance so it saves
Selling.
your ass in the future.
Yeah.
Get insurance.
Get
Yeah.
insurance. Dude, honestly, go look up Flip food truck insurance. They're $2.99 a year, dude. I think they even have a smaller, like a lower
One.
package, whatever that you can pick up. I think it might be like 90 or like $199 a year. I don't know. I think that's where we started. I can't remember. I'm sorry. I know we pay like $2.99 a year. It covers my food truck. It covers my commissary. It covers if we do any, like, if we go to a park or if we're any festival or anything like that needs me to put up $1 million worth of insurance. I can do it within minutes and send it over. It's super easy.
Nice.
It's fucking really easy to work with them. So
Yeah.
go there, get insurance. That's going to be a big one, and then get your manager's
ServSafe
license.
is really important.
ServSafe. Yeah, but
Serve safe in a commissary. If you've already got the tax part done, like I said, the things they can go after you for are where you are in zoning,
yeah,
and your health stuff. If you've got the tax stuff, those are the two things they can go, and insurance. Those are, I'll say, the three things that they can shut you down for.
Well, and because the cops got involved, I'm hearing that maybe because there's so many people there now, it's causing an issue in maybe the neighborhood. Which
I was gonna say it could be a neighbor that could be
Yeah.
doesn't want that many people in their neighborhood, which I get it. Like,
and here's the best advice I can give to you when dealing with one of those. If you got the cops coming up to you, or whatever position of authority you're dealing with,
Give them a rib.
There's a lot of power they can mess with you about. Just be as cordial and nice as you possibly can. Try to find out what the problem is, what you need to do to make it better, and feed them. All right, like, my bad. And when you're done with everything, hey, thanks a lot for the information you gave me. Here's a plate to go. Because I promise you, there's going to be a lot of payback. You're going to get them on your side. You don't want to put in front of yourself more
food goes a long way.
roadblocks than what you need. You don't need those roadblocks that we all could put in front of ourselves. Because I promise you, man, there's going to be people that are just going to be assholes about the situation, and you don't need to respond in that way.
I would say that's your biggest thing, dude. is finding a commissary, starting to cook out of there, getting your serve safes because you're gonna need, the commissary will require you to have a serve safe. They're gonna require it. So you need those two things. Getting insurance. Commissary will also require you to get insurance because if you burn their fucking building down, they want money.
I mean, we all know that insurance is just insurance because if we get somebody sick, it doesn't matter. We're losing our business because that's horrible. That's the last thing anybody wants is somebody to get sick off of that BS. What we got going? Oh yeah, barbecue is a good example. That's right. It's true.
Like I said, one, get the information out to your followers, out to the people that are coming to get your food. Get it, let them know, because then you may get somebody that goes, "Hey, dude, I have a buddy that's got a commissary. I know this. I know."
Yeah.
If you get that information that, hey, this is what's going on, this is what I'm trying to do, you may get more information and help from those people.
So
they're
I was
local.
just going to say, he let him ride? Looks like there's already some food in the smoker, and he's like, "Hey, let me serve these pre-orders, and we're done." Bro, what I would do is go out of my way to make a special meal for whoever let that ride and for their family. So go feed 10 people. Be like, "Hey, thanks a lot. What can I do to make this better?" Because that's a big deal. Yeah, I mean that shows. I mean they let you make your money, and nothing is worse than sitting there smoking forever, and then all that time is wasted and all that meat.
Yeah.
Hey, they're nicer they're nicer than they are up here. I've seen dude. I've seen guys that have gotten shut down by the health department, and they were like, "Throw it all away." And they literally
watch you.
They will watch you to throw it away. They'll be like, "No." And like some of the health department guys out here, I'm like, "Hey," I'm like, "You want like after like everything's done and whatever?" I'm like, "Hey, let me know if I can feed you or whatever," and stuff like that. And they're like, "Please," they're like, "We can't take any of your food." They're like, "Legally, we cannot take your like." They just
They're just by the line. Politics. That's the way it goes. And they're just doing their job. I mean,
Dude, listen.
I had a fire marshal tell me to turn off my charcoal grill before.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
Anyways, we can go all night about this.
Turn it on.
Yeah.
But dude, honestly, like, hit either one of us up. I'm Manny Barbecue. You can hit up BBQchat. We'll all answer that. That's Steelhouse Barbecues out in California. That's Cowboy Kev right there. Which is Wiley_E_BBQ. I got it right.
He's getting good at that.
See,
look at that.
You can hit up any of us. Honestly, the hard thing is like you don't
make yourself a target.
Yeah.
Don't make yourself a target. But the hard thing is like the health department doesn't talk to the fire marshal. The fire marshal doesn't talk to this person.
No, they don't.
They're like no one. Like that like so don't bring out shit that you don't need to, if you know what I mean. But try to make sure be as
legit as possible. I mean, don't give, and it sounds like
answer their questions, but don't give them anything extra.
Yeah.
Don't screw yourself.
Yeah,
don't be like, well, don't do that.
Yeah. Did you cook this? Yes, I did.
Yeah, I picked it up on the way here, and that's where I'm picking it.
Think of it kind of like when you're being interrogated.
Yeah.
I'm assuming this man's never gone to jail.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, don't give him too much information, but give him just enough. But guys, honestly, we're here every week. We'll see you next week. Barbecue Chat Show, Sunday night, starts at 7 Central.
8 p.m. Eastern.
And whenever that guy jumps on for the live show.
California, we get him when we want to.
Yeah, he's California time. He kind of,
It's when the power comes on long enough.
Yeah. He's got to ride a bicycle to charge his phone. He's like...
But before that, I'm sending smoke signals.
Just...
Look, meet the human hamster wheel.
There you go.
If you guys want to talk trash, it's the bourbon we got, all right? So just so y'all know. Good stuff.
My cup is emptiest. Guys, thank you so
Guys,
much.
thank
We'll
you
see
as
next
always.
week.
We'll see you next week. Also, you can find this later this week on the YouTube page.
Yeah.
This show will be up on the YouTube page. So go check it out. Go follow that.
Cheers,
Later,
boys.
guys.
We'll see you
Good to
later.
see you.
We'll see you guys.
Peace.